Good morning, students. Welcome back to today's online class. Students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and safe by the grace of God. Okay, students. Last class you have learned about plant anatomy and plant physiology. In plant anatomy, you have learned about the photosynthesis in plants. Okay, today we are going to learn about respiration. Okay, the mitochondria is the cell organelle which is responsible for cellular respiration. First we are going to learn about mitochondria. Mitochondria is a filamentous or granular cytoplasmic cell organelle present in the cell. Okay, it is a filamentous or granular cytoplasmic organelles present in the cell. It was first introduced by Kolliker. It was first introduced by Kolliker in 1857. Kolliker introduced mitochondria in 1857. He was introduced. It is present in the striated muscles. Striated muscles we can learn in 9th standard. Striated muscles, it is otherwise called skeletal muscle. Okay, see in the striated muscle in the cell he introduced a small granular structure present in the cell that is called mitochondria. So the mitochondria was introduced by Kolliker in 1857. In the eukaryotic cell, mitochondria helpful for producing the energy, that is ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So mitochondria, it is otherwise called powerhouse of the cell. It is called, for this reason, it is called powerhouse of the cell. So in mitochondria, produces large amount of energy in the form of ATP. It is also it is also known as energy currency of the cell. For this reason, mitochondria, it is called powerhouse of the cell. These mitochondria are vary in size. They are about 0.5 micrometer to 2 micrometer. Okay, 0.5 micrometer to 2 micrometer in size. See, it consists of the mitochondria are rich in enzyme, proteins and lipids. Mitochondria are enriched with enzymes, proteins and lipids. It consists of 60 to 70 percentage of 60 percentage to 70 percentage of protein, 25 to 30 percentage of lipids, 5 to 7 percentage of RNA and small amount of DNA and other materials. You see, a mitochondria consists of 60 to 70 percentage of protein, 25 to 30 percentage of lipids, 5 to 7 percentage of RNA. Okay, and small amount of DNA and other material. This is about mitochondria. Next we are going to learn about the structure of the mitochondria. The structure of the mitochondria consists of mitochondrial membrane, cristae, oxisome. Fourth one is mitochondrial matrix. The structure of the mitochondria consists of mitochondrial membrane, cristae, oxisome and mitochondrial matrix. See, mitochondria, it consists of mitochondrial membrane. See, it consists of two membrane, that is outer membrane and inner membrane. Here you can see, it consists of two membrane, outer membrane and inner membrane. See, each membrane each membrane it consists of 60 to 70 Armstrong unit in thickness. Each membrane 60 to 70 Armstrong in thickness. See, the outer membranes are the outer membrane is smooth and freely permeable to allow the smaller molecules. Okay, see, the outer membrane is smooth and freely permeable to smaller molecules. It consists of enzyme, protein and lipids. It consists of enzymes, proteins and lipids. The outer membrane, it consists of porine molecules. Porine molecules mean protein molecules. It form a channel-like structure to pass the molecules through it. Okay. So in the outer membrane, it consists of porine molecules or protein molecules. They can form a channel-like structure which can allow the molecules to move inside the mitochondria. This is about the outer membrane. Then inner membrane. Inner membrane is semi-permeable membrane. It can allow the materials to move in and out of the mitochondria. See, it is a semi-permeable membrane. Inner membrane is semi-permeable membrane which can allow to transfer the materials to in and out of the mitochondria. See, it consists of enzymes and carrier protein. It consists of the inner membrane consists of enzymes and carrier protein. See, the inner membrane consists of 80% of proteins and lipids. That is about the mitochondrial membrane. So, mitochondrial membrane consists of outer membrane and inner membrane. Outer membrane is smooth and freely permeable to allow the smaller molecules. Okay. See, it consists of enzyme, protein and lipids. See, the outer membrane consists of porine molecules or protein. It form a channel to move the molecules through it. Okay. Inner membrane is semi-permeable membrane which can allow the material to move in and out of the mitochondria. See, it consists of enzyme and carrier protein. It consists of 80% of protein and lipid. The next one is cristae. See, the cristae. The inner mitochondrial membrane consists of, it gives rise to many finger-like projections. Here you can see the finger-like projection. These finger-like projections are called cristae. Okay, inner mitochondrial membrane consists of gives rise to many finger-like projections. They are called cristae. Okay, see these cristae, it increases the inner surface area. It increases the inner surface area and hold varieties of enzymes. And this cristae hold varieties of enzymes. That is about the cristae. Next one, oxisome. See, the oxisome, in the inner mitochondrial membrane, you can see the regularly spaced arranged tennis racket-like structure. See, here you can see tennis racket-like structure. They are called oxisome. Okay. See, the oxisome consists of, the structure consists of, say, the oxisome head, stalk and base. This is head part, this is stalk and base. See, this oxisome, it is otherwise called F1 particles. It helps to synthesize ATP. Okay. See, it is helping ATP synthesis. Have you understood? This is about oxisome. Next one about the mitochondrial matrix. See, the inner to the membrane are called mitochondrial matrix. It consists of complex mixture of protein and lipids. It consists of, see, this region, the inner region, it is called matrix, mitochondrial matrix. It consists of proteins and lipids, and also it consists of the enzymes for Krebs cycle, mitochondrial ribosome, that is 70S ribosome, then mitochondrial DNA and tRNA. tRNA. It consists of tRNA. tRNA means transfer RNA. Okay, so that is about the mitochondrial matrix. Say the mitochondrial matrix, it consists of complex mixture of protein and lipids. It consists of enzymes for Krebs cycle, mitochondrial ribosome, that is 70S ribosome, then mitochondrial DNA and tRNA. That is about mitochondrial matrix. This is the structure of the mitochondria. Mitochondria consists of mitochondrial membrane, cristae, oxysome and mitochondrial matrix. The next one about the functions of the mitochondria. There are three important functions are there. The main organelle of cell respiration is mitochondria. See here, it can it can produce large amount of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. So it is called powerhouse of the cell or ATP factory of the cell. That is the first function of mitochondria. Second one is it helps the cell to maintain normal concentration of calcium ions. It helps the cell to maintain normal concentration of calcium ion. That is the second function. Third function, it regulates the metabolic activity of the cell. It regulates metabolic activity of the cell. That is about the mitochondria. Next one, we are going to learn about types of respiration. Types of respiration. We are going to learn about next one is respiration. Types of respiration. Respiration involves the exchange of gas between the organism and the environment. Respiration involves the exchange of gas between organism and the environment. See, the plants obtain oxygen from the environment and releases out carbon dioxide and water vapor. See, there is exchange of gas. This is called external respiration. See, there are two types of respiration. They are called external respiration. External respiration. So, respiration involves the gaseous exchange between the environment and the organism. See, the green plants, the plants can obtain oxygen from the environment and releases out carbon dioxide and water vapor. This process is called external respiration. It is a physical process. This respiration is physical respiration. See here, the biochemical process is the oxidation of the food material. The organic food materials can be oxidized inside the cell, and it oxidized and get energy, carbon dioxide and water. See, they have taken place inside the cell. They are called cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. What are cellular respiration means? It is a biochemical process. Here the food materials can be completely oxidized and produce large amount of energy, carbon dioxide and water. It is taken place in the cell. They are called cellular respiration. Okay. See, the respiration can be classified into two types. They are aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So the first type is aerobic respiration. What is aerobic respiration means? Say here the respiration is taken place with the help of oxygen. Okay. See here the organic food materials can be completely oxidized and form energy, carbon dioxide and water. That process is with the help of oxygen. They are called aerobic respiration. So here oxygen is used. The help of oxygen. Here the organic food materials are completely oxidized with the help of oxygen and produce lot of energy. They are called aerobic respiration. Okay. See the aerobic respiration. The following it is taken place both plants and animals. See the chemical reaction for aerobic respiration. Here already we learned aerobic respiration is the food is completely oxidized with the help of oxygen. The food here, the food is glucose, C6H12O6, C6H12O6. See, with the help of oxygen. See, it is oxidized with the help of oxygen and produce carbon dioxide, 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus ATP. ATP means energy. This is the chemical equation for aerobic respiration. That is C6H12O6. That is glucose. It is oxidized with oxygen plus 6O2 gives 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus ATP. ATP is energy. This is the chemical reaction for aerobic respiration. This aerobic respiration, it can be taken place by three steps, three stages. Okay, this process aerobic respiration, it can be taken place by three processes. They are, first one is glycolysis. Second one is Krebs cycle. Third one is electron transport chain. Electron transport chain. Say aerobic respiration, it is taken place in three stages. They are called glycolysis, Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. First one is glycolysis. Glycolysis means glyco means glucose, lysis means splitting of glucose. Okay, see here the glycolysis, it is a breakdown of one molecule of glucose. It can be broken down into two molecules of pyruvic acid. See, in this process, glucose is broken down into two molecules of pyruvic acid. Two molecules of pyruvic acid. Okay, one molecule of glucose is completely broken down into two molecules of pyruvic acid. Here glucose, it consists of 6 carbon compound. Glucose consists of 6 carbon compound. This pyruvic acid consists of 3 carbon compound. See, it is taken place, the glycolysis, important one word, it is taken place in the cytoplasm of the cell. Glycolysis is taken place in the cytoplasm of the cell. This glycolysis is the common step or the first step for both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Okay, that is about glycolysis. Next one about Krebs cycle. See here the Krebs cycle, it is taken place in the mitochondrial matrix. It is the Krebs cycle taken place in the mitochondrial matrix. Okay, see here in the Krebs cycle, see at the end of glycolysis, it forms two molecules of pyruvic acid. These two molecules of pyruvic acid that can enter into the mitochondria. It moves into the, say, the glycolysis, it takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. Now, after the formation, at the end of the glycolysis, the two molecules of pyruvic acid enter into the mitochondria. It enter into the mitochondria, and the Krebs cycle, it is taken place in the mitochondrial matrix. Okay, see here what will happen means, say this pyruvic acid get oxidized and form carbon dioxide and water. So Krebs cycle, it is otherwise called tricarboxylic acid cycle. Tricarboxylic acid cycle. Shortly it is called TCA cycle. TCA cycle. Shortly it is called TCA cycle. Okay, next one is electron transport chain. So what is electron transport chain? Means it is accumulated together in a system of electron carrier complex called electron transport chain. Say it is present in the inner mitochondrial membrane. It is located on the inner membrane. Already we have learned the inner mitochondrial membrane consists of enzyme and protein, carrier protein. So okay, so this electron transport chain located in the inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, see here NADH2, NADH2, NADH2 and FADH2, NADH2 and FADH2, NADH2 and FADH2. Say that is produced during glycolysis and Krebs cycle, get oxidized and form NAD plus and FAD plus, NAD plus and FAD plus, and it release large amount of energy via electrons, through electrons. Okay, say NADH2 and FADH2 produced during glycolysis and Krebs cycle, it can get oxidized and produce NAD plus and FAD plus, and it can release large amount of energy through electrons. These electron, as they move through this system, it release energy. It can be trapped by ADP. It can trapped by ADP and say produce ATP. Okay, so it can, the ADP absorb one molecule of phosphate and produce ATP. Okay, this is called oxidative phosphorylation. This process is called oxidative phosphorylation. Okay, in this process, oxygen is the ultimate carrier of electron and reduced to form water. Okay, in this process, the oxygen, it is a ultimate carrier of electron and it can reduce to form water. That is about the stages of aerobic respiration. It consists of glycolysis, Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. Next one, anaerobic respiration. What is anaerobic respiration means? See here, the respiration takes place without oxygen. Without oxygen. The glycolysis, it can be converted into ethanol and lactic acid. See, ethanol is produced by the fermentation of yeast, and lactic acid, it is produced by the fermentation of bacteria. Okay, see here, without oxygen, respiration is taken place. See, it is mostly taken place in the lower plants such as yeast and bacteria. The chemical equation for this anaerobic respiration is C6H12O6. See here, without oxygen, we should not write oxygen. Okay, C6H12O6, it gives 2CO2 plus 2C2H5OH, that is ethanol, plus small amount of energy, ATP. That is the chemical reaction for anaerobic respiration. Next one is respiratory quotient. Respiratory quotient. What is respiratory quotient means? Say the ratio, respiratory quotient is the ratio of volume of carbon dioxide liberated and the volume of oxygen consumed during respiration. Okay, say here, what is a respiratory quotient means? Respiratory quotient is is the ratio of volume of carbon dioxide liberated and the volume of oxygen consumed during respiration. We all know during respiration we are taking in oxygen, we are consuming oxygen and releasing out carbon dioxide. That is respiration quotient, means the ratio of volume of carbon dioxide liberated and the volume of oxygen consumed during respiration. It is expressed as RQ equal to volume of carbon dioxide liberated by volume of oxygen consumed. RQ equal to volume of carbon dioxide liberated by volume of oxygen consumed. So this is very important 2-mark question. Respiratory quotient. Respiratory quotient is the ratio of volume of carbon dioxide liberated and the volume of oxygen consumed during respiration. So that is about plant physiology. Okay, plant physiology. In the plant physiology, we learned last class. We have learned about photosynthesis. Today we learned about respiration. Okay, students. Now you can mark the question. Take a textbook. Take a textbook. Page number 184. Choose the correct answer. 4th question, which is formed during anaerobic respiration. B. Option B, ethyl alcohol. Then 5th question, Krebs cycle takes place in mitochondrial matrix. Mitochondrial matrix. Then Roman letter 2. 3rd question, glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm of the cell. Cytoplasm of the cell. Then 5th question, dash is the ATP factory of the cell. Dash is the ATP factory of the cell. Mitochondria. Mitochondria. Then Roman letter 3. 6th question, anaerobic respiration produces more ATP than aerobic respiration. That is false. The answer is false. You got to correct the statement. Anaerobic respiration produces less ATP than aerobic respiration. In the place of more, you have to write less. Then Roman letter 5, 3rd question. What is the common step in aerobic and anaerobic pathway? Glycolysis. 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 Then 4th one, name the phenomenon by which carbohydrates are oxidized to release ethyl alcohol. Anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration, or otherwise it is called fermentation. Anaerobic respiration, it is otherwise called fermentation. Anaerobic respiration. Then Roman letter 6, 3rd question. Draw and label the structure of oxysome. Page number 183. This diagram, oxysome. That diagram, important diagram. Often it is asking. Okay. That is the answer. Next. Long answer. First question, B part, that I will send notes. Second question, describe, long answer, Roman letter 7. Second question, describe and name 3 stages of cellular respiration that aerobic organism used to obtain energy from glucose. That is in page number 183. Here, aerobic respiration. From that aerobic respiration to up to next page. Oxygen, the ultimate acceptor of electron, get reduced to water before anaerobic respiration. Till that. That is the answer. Students, you have to learn. Study very well. We shall meet in the next class. Thank you, students.